The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Sorry, y'all, I had to take my medication real quick. I'm still here, though. Y'all still with me? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. You know I love y'all. Thank you guys for coming here from the last show. I appreciate that. What's up, Beauty for Ashes? What's up, Mona? Moni. Is it Moni or Moni? Am I saying it wrong? I think it's Moni, so New York. What's up, Benita? Thank you for being here. What's up, Aaliyah? What's up, Nikwa? Shout out to all my members. Y'all help keep the bills paid. Shout out to Vegas. Shout out to my moderators. What's up, Erica? What's up, Roddy Gal? What's up, God Blesses 23? What's up, Leanne? Leanne, thank you for being here. What's up, Helen? Who else? Anitra, Nadi. What's up, everybody? All right, I see. Oh, it's a lot of y'all. All right. So we are going to be talking about Carlee Russell. You guys already know she went missing on Thursday. She returned back home on Saturday. Still a lot of controversy on what's going on and what exactly happened to her. Like I said before, I actually am more concerned about her just being found safe. You know, like I always say, whenever it's black and brown go missing, it's usually like a runaway from home situation, you know? And so the police don't take it necessarily seriously. They go like, oh, we don't care, you know? And I believe that kind of parallels with the Rudy Farias case. Remember Rudy Farias? He's in Houston. He was missing for 8 years, but he turned out at his mom's home. And mind you, the police would go to the mom's home and wouldn't even care. Like they literally seen him, but because he used a different name, they got confused. So yeah, when it comes to black and brown people of color, they don't care. They don't give a damn. So this one, I was shocked, like, wow, it actually got like media attention and like people were really, you know, hoping that this girl was safe, you know, and alive. That's the most important thing, just alive. Like safe is one thing, but you know, how safe can you be if you got abducted? But at least alive, you know, and she was. Now, there was like some confusion originally, and I was wondering, where did the Red Roof Inn come from, right? Well, there was a channel that played the audio from the 911 call, and the dispatcher had said like, oh, the parents were notified from the front desk that the girl was at the Red Roof Inn. And then all of a sudden we heard the story was like, oh, she showed up, she was dropped off at her parents' front doorstep, like she knocked on the door. And so it was like confusing, like what was really going on. Thank you, Davita, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. So it was confusing what was going on, but the dispatcher said the Red Roof Inn. But then, you know, later on, we found out that she got dropped off at her parents. So it could have been a thing like she went to the Red Roof Inn and then called from there and then, you know, returned back home. It could have been a situation like that. Now, there was a surveillance video done where you see the freeway. I forgot what was it, I-52 or something like that. I'm sorry, you guys, but you see her car kind of pulled off over on the side, the road with the flashers on. But they didn't show her getting out the car or anything like that. And also, if you look, we seen no child. Remember, the whole thing was that she seen some toddler on the road. She called 911, and then the person that she called after that was her brother's girlfriend. That's who she called, her brother's girlfriend. She called her, and then the brother's girlfriend stated that she heard her scream, right? Well, she heard her ask the toddler, and then she heard her scream, and then that was like that was it. It was basically like, okay, well, what the hell happened? It's like those kind of things there's still like details that are missing. The police are still doing an investigation, but they have stated that there was no trace. They try to trace her footsteps and also try to see if she was followed. And they said neither one was founded, that she was traced or followed or anything like that. So it's like the police are saying nothing, but we're kind of running with the little that they are giving us. I still stand by my statement unless it comes out that this is a hoax. I'm just happy that she's alive. I know there's some people all like, she lied, this is another Jussie Smollett. I don't want to put that on her and say that is her. I'm from Alabama. Denitra, I didn't know you was from Alabama. Shout out to all my Bamians. Is that what y'all call each other? Bambians or Bamas? Shout out to all my Bamas. Oh, wait, hold on. I think Bamas is an insult. Scratch that. I'm going to edit that part out the video. What Ginger Bear said, if the police believed her, a bolo would have been put out on the baby. Oh, Ginger Bear, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because I know a lot of people were asking, okay, well, where the hell is the baby? Like, who is this baby? And definitely it could have been a situation. Stephanie said you called. It definitely could have been a situation where she's seen like an image. Remember, this was late at night too. And my vision is horrible, my vision is very horrible. So sometimes I do see images, and the eye condition that I have is called keratoconus. So basically, light doesn't pass through my eyes correctly. And there's this condition called ghosting. Like sometimes you think you see an image and it's not there. It's very weird. What's up, Roxy? Thank you for being here. Sometimes you think you see an image and it's not there. And it could have been a situation where I don't know how her vision is, but maybe she thought she's seen something and it wasn't what she saw. And then she possibly could have been abducted. Again, her parents and her and her boyfriend believe that she was abducted. They said multiple times that she was fighting for her life. What's up, Wanda? Thank you for being here. They said she was fighting for her life. Is that the same thing? Oh, like the floaty thing that floats around in your eye? No, that's something different. I forgot what the explanation is for that. But no, ghosting, you actually think you see something. It might be like a dark image or something like that. And usually, well, for me, it happens at night. That's when I see like the ghosting and stuff like that. It usually happens at night, or if I'm in like a dark room. Especially if I don't have my glasses on, I don't know what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing. My vision is very bad. I'm still here, you guys. I'm just trying to pull up the interview really quick so we can watch it. But yeah, my vision is really bad. So it could have been a thing where she thought she seen something, and there could have been somebody hopping out the bushes like, hey, I'm here and I got you. You really never know. And again, I want to stress, if this does turn out to be fake or something that's not real, I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably be a little pissed off if it's definitely found out not to be true. But for right now, I'm just gonna rock with it, run with it, whatever. I know there was a situation about a boyfriend. Did you guys hear that? Not a boyfriend, but she might be pregnant with a 17-year-old baby. I don't know if that's factual or not. So for me, I don't want to say that's true. I'm gonna say like that could have been a rumor or something. It was something like a best friend leaked that information out or something, that she was pregnant by a 17-year-old, and this is the reason why she faked it. Um, that I don't know, y'all. And again, I hope her parents would tell people if she was pregnant or not. You know, I hope they would say something. Yes, I heard about the boyfriend, the stealing from work, staying with the friend. Right, right. See, Vegas heard about that too. Yeah, and again, for me, I don't know that to be true. I have to say allegedly. That's a part of the story. Um, I do think it's deeper than her just being abducted. I think the story might be a little deeper if you guys understand what I'm saying. You know, it could possibly be a mental thing as well too. She was not seen going into the woods. No cars were pulled over. Yeah, that's the part that they didn't show. They didn't show anything like she's being pulled into the woods. So it's all like, okay, they showed you her pulling over to the shoulder with her flashers on, but it doesn't show her getting out the car or like what happened. Like, why are they leaving it open ended like that? If you don't want to show anything, then don't show nothing. Don't tease us with it. Okay, let me go ahead and play the audio.
Eyes on her again. What was it like?
Ooh, it's low.
To me, I mean, just so much joy.
This morning, in an exclusive sit-down with NBC News, the parents of 25-year-old Carlee Russell are speaking out, describing the moment their daughter appeared on their doorstep after being missing for more than 48 hours.
What did you do when you saw her?
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. But it's okay.
Last Thursday, police say Carlee called 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the interstate. She pulled over while on the phone with a family member who described hearing Carlee scream.
Her vehicle's unlocked, running.
That moment you all first laid eyes on her again, what was it like?
So yeah, so all her possessions were in the car. So that's what also made it very suspicious, because all like, okay, if her possessions are in the car, like, don't you think they would have took it, or they could have been worried about it being traced? Because I know with the iPhone you can trace it. Also shout out to Team Android, but with Androids you can also trace it as well too. Let me go ahead and play the second clip. You guys ready? Okay, here we go.
Phone.
On the scene, police found no sign of Carlee or a child, and they say no children were reported as missing during that time period. The Russells waited in agony until Saturday night.
There were actually just so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us. I just didn't know people could be so evil.
Authorities have not indicated where Carlee was during the 48 hours she was missing or what happened. Her parents declined to share what their daughter told them, citing the ongoing investigation.
And can you tell me what happened Saturday night? Did you just get a knock at the door?
Anything leading to the case itself, we can't discuss that.
But they say speculation about the circumstances surrounding Carlee's disappearance are only making things worse.
She's having to deal with the trauma of people.
How long you can set for her phone.
On the
All right,
scene,
next clip, you guys. Before we go to the next clip, actually, I wanted to speak on this because Vegas mentioned about, why did they do the interview if they couldn't, couldn't talk about it. It's very weird, because for me, if you can't say anything and you're not allowed to say nothing, don't say anything, because it leaves it open-ended and it leaves us with so many different questions. Now, the parents do seem emotional, especially the mom do seem emotional. I can't say that they're faking their emotions or anything like that, but I don't think doing this interview was definitely right. I think if anything, they should probably lawyer up. Melanated Drip, can someone drop the link for my second channel for her, please?
Circumstances surrounding Carlee's disappearance are
with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
her family now urging the public to let the investigation play out, but mentioning an abductor. Her mother asking to read a brief message to the public.
Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
NBC
with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
Her family now urging the public to let the investigation play out, but mentioning an abductor. Her mother asking to read a brief message to the public.
So this is the statement, you guys.
Detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely.
Now, she said absolutely she believes there's an abductor out there and stuff like that, right? There's a few things. Because one, a lot of people are saying like, hey, if there's an abductor out there, we need to know about that. I think a couple of things. One, they still trying to find out who the hell the abductor is. And then two, until we have all the details, they're not going to be able to tell us anything, because at this point, it just seems like, well, there's no evidence. There's nothing that we have. I think also too, I can see it from both standpoints. The police probably don't want to say too much as they don't have all the facts and evidence yet. And then secondly, if there is someone out there, I do believe that they need to be told like, hey, I need, like, you guys need to be careful. You know, just like I was telling you, if you're in the woods in Virginia, I heard, someone said I was speaking folklore, but I heard if you're in the woods in Virginia, I don't know if it's Virginia or West Virginia, but if you're in the woods, people will snatch you up and do things to you. I heard about that in Virginia, so be careful out there. And so that could be the same thing in Alabama. If you go in the woods, you might get snatched up. So please just be careful in general, you know? And especially for women, you know, shout out to all the women who are independent, you know, shout out to all the women. Definitely you ladies need to be careful out there too, as well, you know? Is it Appalachia? Am I saying it wrong? No, I'm saying it wrong, Queen Steves. I'm sorry about that. You know, I didn't finish college. Yeah, I'm really glad she's home safely. Yeah, I'm definitely glad about that. I'm telling you, I heard about Virginia. But I believe 0. Ooh. Okay, let me ask you guys real quick before I continue. Appalachia, thank you. Okay, let me go ahead and do a quick poll real quick, 30 seconds. All right. So do you believe the story that's being told about Carlee Russell? Do you think that she was actually abducted? Yes or no? 30 seconds. Okay, that was mostly no's. Wow. Okay, let me make sure I didn't ask the question wrong. I'm gonna just go over. I'm gonna go cockeyed for a minute. You know I'm blind. Hold on. Let me come over here to YouTube real quick. Okay, I think that was mostly no's, huh? Oh, you think that she was on the mushrooms? I don't think I can say the slang word, but off the mushrooms. I know some people said it could have been an episode. Do we believe her as much as Jussie? Well, I believe her more than Jussie Smollett. I definitely would believe her more, just because she has backup from her parents and then her boyfriend. And again, if my sister or girlfriend was in the same state of mind, or any family member or anybody associated with AT2, if this happened to them, I'm rocking with them until the wheels fall off. I ain't even gonna lie. How many of y'all gonna rock with your family until the wheels fall off? I bet a lot of y'all. For me personally, I'm rocking with them until the wheels fall off. I'm not gonna let them falter or anything like that. I'm gonna be like, yeah, they was abducted until it's proven wrong. Then I'll be like, hey, you got me into some shit, right? But for right now, I'm a rock with them. I'm a rock with them. Oh, Melanated Drip, you said that's her ex-boyfriend? Oh, right, Nick. Well, that's my friend. Exactly. That's my friend, Win. Okay, let me go ahead and ask the question. I just want to make sure I got the poll right. Okay. Do you believe Carlee Russell was abducted? Okay, I'm about to ask the question real quick, you guys. And the link to my second channel is actually pinned up on the top. I don't know if I already said that, you guys, but it's pinned up on the top. Thank you guys for your love and support. I appreciate that. Oh, and can you guys hit that like button? We have over 150 people in here and only 39 likes. Or you can hit the dislike button. It don't matter, Okay. Do you believe Carlee Russell was abducted? Yes, no, and then I'm gonna say need more info. To be fair, let's be fair. Oh, you said shrooms made you laugh. Oh, right now it's looking like 100% no. Oh man. Oh dang, it's not looking good. Oh, somebody said abducted by her own ego experience. Oh man. Why do you need to word it differently? We said no. Ay, ay, ay. Y'all are horrible. Y'all are horrible people. Um, so you want us to believe it? No, 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 no. I'm fine with like if you don't believe it. Again, I'm completely fine. I'm just happy that she's safe. That's what I'm happy about. Because I definitely think that if this was left open ended and we didn't know anything and got any information off of it, we'll be wondering like, oh shoot, like what happened? Like, is she okay? Are we gonna have to be worried? Now I wanted to answer a question about does this set Black women back or Black people when we go missing? Is this like going to be a case where it's all like, oh, screw them. This is why we don't cover when they go missing. It's a double-sided sword, but in a short answer, no. What's up, Kayla? It does not necessarily mean that when our girls go missing or any of us go missing, that this basically tarnishes all of us. It's kind of like when Jussie Smollett said the whole racism thing and people were all like, oh, see, this is why people don't believe when other people say something is racist, blah, blah, blah. That has nothing to do with nothing. We're not going to take a small minority of cases and be all like that blankets everybody in their experience, because do we know people that have gone missing? Yes. Do we know people that have experienced racism? Yes. Or, in turn, have we gone missing? We know people that have. So I don't want to put that blanket statement like this diminishes any other true case or anything like that. What I would like to say is hopefully this does bring more attention to a lot of missing cases with people of color and specifically Black women. Remember a few years ago, there was like this big thing in DC that was happening with a lot of missing Black girls. Does anybody remember that real quick? Was it DC or the DMV? If it was the DMV, I'll clarify that, but I believe it was DC. It was a lot of missing Black girls, and like nobody knew what happened to them or anything. And we still don't have any update. Young Pharaoh did say that. I don't even follow that, but I heard about that, and I was like, and you guys follow this man like he's the truth? Like, what's wrong with you weirdos? Weird. That whole consciousness community is weird. I wish they would use some of that consciousness to find these missing Black women, you know? Use some of that for good. How do cases not get attention with internet? And yes, I remember it goes on every year. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, we're with the day of social media, you know, we are able to bring out these stories and talk about these things, but how far does our voices carry? Also, there's people on TikTok that talk about, you know, missing Black women and stuff like that. And I think with social media, it goes noticed, but it's not on the broad scale of like, you know, the news media and stuff like that. It doesn't get national attention. If it's not a trending story, it doesn't get picked up. So somebody can be like, hey, my cousin is missing, but if only like 1,000 people see it, it doesn't get the attention that it needs, and it might not even get attention in your area. So, you know, you have to think about it that way too. In the days of social media, it's kind of easy to push things out there, but that doesn't mean all cases or all situations are ever pushed like that. You guys, you have to remember that it doesn't get the national news media attention and stuff like that. That's more or less of what I was talking about. Hopefully, one day it does. You know, when it comes to like the true crime channel, and yeah, I know I'm gonna start some shit with this with the true crime channels. If it's not a case that is in the media, usually those true crime channels don't talk about the Black cases or anything like that. Can we be honest? They don't talk about it unless it's something like spicy or something that they can turn into a profit or for some money. They don't just talk about the average missing Black girl, Black boy. They don't give a damn about that. So we have to be the ones to push those kind of stories out there. You know what I mean? I do appreciate you and other content creators who bring awareness to these topics. Thank you. I appreciate that. My sister is feeling good, so I am messaging. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's the mushrooms. I'm just kidding, though. The authorities consider their lifestyle. Like somebody said the kidnapper is nice. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link real quick. I don't want to make this a long show because I have to go to my mom's later on. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. And again, I respect everybody's opinion. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just happy that the girl was found. That's basically it. I hope it's not a lie. I hope it's not. Right. Yeah, I'm just hoping. If it turns out to be a lie, will I be upset? Yeah, of course I'm gonna be upset. Of course I will. Because this attention and the money, the resources, it could have went to someone else. You know, that's what I would be angry about more than like I hate her and this and that. You're going to see that the mama, oh Lord, hopefully it's not the mama who had or the ex-boyfriend who had anything to do with it. What's up, Stephanie?
Hey, cuz.
Hey, go ahead and sound off. The floor is yours.
So I just kind of I don't know I don't know if this is really all that important of a point to make, but I just kind of felt the spirit led me to when I clicked the link and just kind of go off. Well, not really go off, but just kind of say that yeah, there's a lot that goes on that I think we as humans try to make sense of based on patterns or things we've seen before, or how we would logically or reasonably think things should happen. And I think that's all typically, common sense is common sense for a reason. And I think, we all kind of, if something doesn't make sense, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, then that's used a lot of times it's a duck, right? But then at the same time, I think a lot of times there's weird things that happen, not just weird, but very cold and calculated and horrible things that can happen to people that never really get. Not only do they not get press coverage, but they really don't even get figured out, or they don't even get brought to law enforcement attention, because it's people that have been lost to the world. People who have lost connection to friends and family, that live on the streets, that live in foster care, that have just gotten graduated out of foster care. Things like that. That, like, these people, a lot of people in our societies are kind of living in the shadows, and when things happen to them, it just happens. And we don't even really. And so, and I'm not to really say compare to, that might be comparing apples and oranges here, but, I think it's kind of, I think we can all kind of, look for things and look for similarities and, say, well, this happened in this one case and it didn't happen here. There's things that even law enforcement, when it does get brought to their attention, there's things that law enforcement can't figure out and don't follow up on and don't investigate, because they simply don't know how. They simply don't know how. Most human traffic, most human takings, or movements of people, situations, situations that might be a hot topic right now. With things like what was alleged to have happened to Carlee. A lot of people who get arrested and charged for those kind of things, they are sort of the low hanging fruit, right? They're like one guy who had one girl, or one, a couple people who had like a couple girls. It's like the people who are actually doing a lot of the big heavy lifting with networks of this kind and working like this kind of underground activity. Law enforcement doesn't know how to keep up with them, keep track of them, or find them. They really just don't. They are so decentralized and disseminated in the underground that things are they're able to do things and move things that move people in a way that law enforcement really can't do very much to stop it.
Yeah, and I'm not familiar with Hoover, but does Hoover have the resource? Like, is Hoover like a big city in Alabama?
Well, I think it's a suburb of. I think it's a suburb of Birmingham, if I'm not mistaken. But even big cities. I mean, to keep track of these kind of underground networks. And I'm not saying that that's what happened here, but I'm just saying, like, I think we need to just keep our minds open. That just because the police arrive at a conclusion in some instances, and because some things don't make sense, there are sometimes when things have really happened and it doesn't make sense, because it's beyond like our way of thinking. Like, that kind of like organized mindset and that kind of organized activity is beyond what we're used to thinking about, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. It's unfortunate, because it could be a situation where, whatever is out there might never get found. We might never know. Exactly. It's going to be a thing where it might be left open-ended, or it'll be a thing where it's all like, okay, well, we didn't find anything. Let's go ahead and do whatever.
Yep.
Now, can she be charged? I do want to ask you that.
I mean, I would need to know exactly what, if she herself reported anything to the police. There might be a difference here between her and Jesse, because Mr. Smollier, he made an actual report to the police, right? He actually called the police and said X, Y, and Z happened to me, and these people did it, and this is how, and this is where, and this is why.
And said there was a toddler on the side of the road. So,
and that might be not very much of a that might not amount to much of a false report. If she was to go on later, if she is to have made a statement that is factually incorrect, which we don't know if she has or not, right? We don't know what she told the police.
We don't know.
But if it is found that she made an incorrect statement to the police, depending on when she made it and in what relationship it was to it, if it was if it continued to spur an ongoing investigation, that might be considered a false report. The actual like calling in of a child on the side of the road, I guess it could be considered a false report, but I don't know how they're going to prove that she was, actually lying about that part. That could be she could very well have been mistaken about that.
Yeah.
I don't think they
And
can
Vegas said
actually
all she
prove
reported
that.
was that there was a toddler, and then
Right,
she ended up missing. So
right,
there might be some technicalities in there where she wouldn't
exactly.
had.
Yeah,
I
because
think
it's not a crime. It's not a crime to waste the police time. It's not a crime to waste the police time. What's the
how
crime is
many
to
people
waste it
on
when you've made.
YouTube called 911.
Exactly.
Anyway, keep going.
It is something where if you've done
Your
something.
sound's going out.
Sorry, bill collector.
Your
Sorry about
sound's
that.
going
Bill
out.
collector. Bill collector. Hang on a second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You had a bill collector?
Bill collector. Bill collector. I ain't got it. Keep calling. Keep it pushing. Call the next person. Call AT2.
I ain't got it either.
Yeah. No, but it's actually it's when it's an actual false statement is positively made when you actually like it's it's an action rather than like an omission is when it's a false report, right?
Right.
But
So
they're
should
actually
she get a lawyer?
I would at this point I would if depending on if she is she knows what she knows, right? And if she
Right.
knows if what she
And again,
is
we don't have all the facts,
right,
but
if what's in her head, if the chat is correct about what's in her head and what's actually going on here, I would get a lawyer. Yes, I would get a lawyer. Miss Russell, get a lawyer.
yeah. And that's why I was all like, her parents during the interview, I was like, oh, they definitely don't got a lawyer. I knew it after I was like, oh, you definitely don't have a lawyer, because they definitely would have been sitting right there with you, coaching you on what to say and what not to say, because you doing an interview, but you can't talk and tell us nothing. Like, and I'm surprised, like, can't the police tell you not to do an interview until the investigation is over?
No.
Oh,
They
no,
sure
they can't.
No, they can't.
Oh.
Yeah. They can ask you. They can suggest, but they can't tell you one way or another. No. We do have a First Amendment right in this country, and that is included in the First Amendment. So, yeah.
So, Stephanie, I want to clarify. So, is it a crime to basically waste the police time?
It's not.
False reporting is a crime. Yes.
It's not a crime to waste the police time unless you're doing it based on an actual lie that the police could find probable cause to believe was a lie that you deliberately told to waste the police time, or even not waste the police time, but for any other reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it could be civil liability. Now there are YouTubers, speaking of YouTubers, who've done things to get the police involved. There was a YouTuber here in Austin who deliberately jumped off a bridge, a very high bridge here, and he got hurt very badly. The police actually billed him for the response because it was a deliberate action he took that cost the city of Austin a lot of money to rescue him and treat him, right? And I mean, they could do a water rescue and all this stuff to get him out, to get him help. And so he had to pay for that because he decided to jump off a bridge. You see what I'm saying? So he had to pay the police back for their time and resources because he took action to waste the police time. But, in something like this, I'm not sure that they would actually like send her a bill, but they could.
Yeah. So it basically is left open-ended. They could if they wanted to, but they would just have to prove. Yeah. Hopefully, I just hope that they find out, what exactly is going on, and they just tell us whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Just tell us what the hell is going on, so then we can just throw this shit away, because it's it's very upsetting, because like I said, it takes away attention from actual cases that do need to be followed up with, and taking away resources from the cases of actually missing people if this is found not to be true.
And I'll jump off and I'll keep it brief because Vegas, I'll keep it brief. But
30 seconds.
I'll just say this real quick. Just everybody be careful. There's a thing called the gift of fear, where we pay attention to our guts, and if something don't sound right, don't do it. If something don't feel right, don't do it. But also keep your minds open, just keep your eyes open, and don't walk into the woods, because it's not people out there that are going to get you in the woods, okay? It's yourself, because you're going to get lost out there and you're not going to be able to find a way out. And that's how people go into the woods and never come out, because
Yes, and don't go in the woods in Virginia either.
there ain't people in there that are going to get you. It's your ass is going to get lost and you're going to dehydrate. You're going to sit down and never come out. That's what's going to happen. That's how people die in the woods, not because there's hillbillies out there getting them. Okay.
I disagree with that, but thank you, Stephanie, for coming up. We love you. Bye. Don't listen to Stephanie. There's people, animals, whatever in the woods in Virginia. Do not go to Virginia, y'all. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the show right there, you guys. Thank you so much for Stephanie coming up. And again, like I said, until it's found out that Carlee lied, I'm rocking with Carlee at the end of the day. That's my thought process. I'm rocking with Carlee until we find out that it's anything different. I'm rocking with her. I'm just happy that she's home safe. That's my main message. But I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat, and thank you everybody who subscribed to my second channel. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If there's more updates that come out, definitely, I'll let you guys know what's going on. But other than that, y'all, we out of here and have a great day. I might go do a members live. I think I got into I think I got another hour before I have to go to my mom's. But anyway, love y'all. Deuces. We out.